Good evening slash morning. Like I said, I'm sorry about the late submission. I was taking care of some cleanup work I was having with um, my save load um, files stuff here. I haven't really done much with the system I/O, so I wanted to kind of do a testing of it within this project because I want people to be able to save data within the project. As this, my end goal for this is going to be taking this app and actually like publishing it, like because it's doing really well. I got a friend of mine who's messing with it. He's taking a look at it too. He's got it downloaded. Like I keep sending him updates to download onto his tablet so he can test it out. He's a GM. God, yeah, General Motors. No, he's a DM, and he has a couple friends who does DM stuff as well. And he thinks that this would be kind of a really good file, as any ones that are like this like cost an arm and a leg and a piece of a foot. So I am doing what I can to try to make stuff a little bit you know um, easier, and plus I'm doing it for school, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. Um, so updates here. I updated um, the file on the UI manager to actually have headers, so that way you've got your pro fields of name, whatever, disability score drop downs, UI text buttons. This kind of just helps uh, organize what the abilities what the scores or what the public access fields are within the inspector, instead of having all these public things and then there being no headers, and then it's just one big conglomerated mess of so it's just an organization thing. um, Racing class options, you can add more to each list as we have here. Just an example, these are just the basics: human, elf, dwarf, halfling, orc. There are so many more races and classes and whatnot in Dungeons and Dragons these days. These are just basics. So I will add more later. This is just want to get this thing working correctly. Um, so this here will actually roll the scores. It accesses the dice roller, which is an internal random number generator that works on the um, uh, roll four, drop the lowest, and keep the scores. So here we have our actual drop down: strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, charisma. This updates all the drop downs. Then you've got your listing of the ability scores that converts all the scores that are rolled internally into the drop downs, which I will show you in just a minute. Um, uh, Real quick before I get to the save stuff, this down here sets the drop down values. So this actually takes the numbers that are rolled and actually sets them to a drop down field within the TMP drop down, which TMP stands for Text Mesh Pro. Um, and then this is just an open dice scene. This is just when you click on the button that's you see over here. It says watch them roll. We'll bring up that other dice scene that I created, which is just it's a work in progress for now. I'm still trying to get it working correctly. Uh, um, as you saw from the video I've sent you, it was kind of just a fun watch dice explode, and it's just kind of an amusing little thing. All right, so here we have um, the drop down values, which I forgot. Uh, so this pulls values used in the save and load files for text. So if any of those numbers that are in there are not this is a thing saying that basically if it's not an int it will be like, yeah, no, it can't work. Um, and we'll do that when the save is pressed. So this here just says, hey, we need to save these fields into a file to be saved, character data, new character data, and all the stuff here runs with a static file. Here, this is the public class, just character data. This is just basically, it's saying, okay, these need to be strings, these need to be ints, and these are what we're going to save. So I have that all for, set, get drop down value. I mean, it's pretty. One thing I like about C# and Unity is that you can read through it and you can understand like what you're looking at. So like I know that, hey, this is my strength, and it'll get drop down. This is the drop down next to it, and it's going to get the value of what that drop down is with this tag. And then the load character will do the same thing. As it reads all the text that's in that JSON file that's created, and then sets the values as to what's in the file. Now, if there's nothing saved whatsoever, you're just gonna say no save character file. Now, later on usage, there will be a multiple characters, so you can actually pick out of a list of characters, and then there's also going to be, say you made a character and you're like, I don't like him, he's crud, whatever, you'll be able to toss it. Also, this character creators and whatnot this will be updated to have all like the modifiers and all the extra stuff that goes with it. Here we have the dice roller scene. Is just base, so this is the well, not the dice roller scene. This is the actual, like, this is the background math. So we click on this button and it goes, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the rolls. We're gonna do make sure that they're all where they need to be, 1 to 6. And then this is just it sorts the numbers in the field in order, and then this just says, hey, we're going to drop the lowest number, and then this will save and publish the scores to the text that's over here on the side of the screen, so you'll be able to see it. And then it's used in later. This is for the dice roller animation. It's saying, hey, we got 4 dice. We're gonna roll all 4 of them, and then this is just so it's not actually attached to the character sheet. Like I said, this is another work in progress, but it was just kind of something fun. So this spawns the dice. This is what makes that video that I showed you. This is what makes that work. So we got all that set. This was an older. So this is what I started with here, and it was just, it was just too much of a mess, and it was really unorganized. And that was before I went and did this one, and where it's it's nice, neat, clean, more organized, a lot better. And then still got the input validator, mathing. This just clears text. Get rid of an this is just the whatnot. This is just all the basic stuff here. So for actual functionality, we have so we will start from, so we have our added a button here, build a legend. And it's not very loud, but hey, build a legend. I'll fix that there. So this is where the character sheet is. So you know, this is where we can put, you know, door person, and then we have our options for I need to fix that, but human, elf, dwarf, halfling, orc, and then I need to put headers on here. I just realized that I didn't do that. I've been so working on the other stuff here. So we got fighter, wizard. So as you can see in these fields, there's nothing here in any of these. And here's where the thing goes. So we click on roll dice, and we've got our scores. These are scores 14, 12, 10, 12, 13, 13, 12. So here we have our fields, so we can be like, oh, well, we're gonna do, let's do a wizard, and they need intelligence and wisdom, so we want 14, 13, and then we'll do this one 12. We'll make them gold tongue. So there we go. So we got our score set. Now if we want to watch some dice roll, we can just click on this and go, woo! Now we got dice. Lots of dice. Dice blowing up everywhere. Alright, fun. So we go back to main menu. Now, what's supposed to happen with the menu is that it's supposed to save. So basically you do 4 rolls, or I'm sorry, you do 6 rolls, and then you bring them back over here, and I'll get to that later. But, you know, we'll do our stuff here, and then let's see, we got this is just some 3D stuff, because I'm adding a 3D scene to a 2D environment, and that's where some of this stuff is here. So if we want to do like human, rogue, whatever, I can click on save character, and it says character save to, you know. Okay, so alright, so we got that. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna re-roll this, Mikey, and then we're gonna go load save character. As you can see, it switches back to the ability scores and everything, and it saves as needed. So the save load is working like it needs to be, and I just realized that I did not put in a button to go back to the main menu, and yes, I need to do the background. Need to add a background here. So note to self, I need to add a back to menu, and all that other fun stuff. So like I said, proof of concept, it works. Lots of functionality, lots of fun stuff. So yeah, I look forward to keep working on this. I'm really enjoying this class, and, you know, really having fun with this. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.